chatting with Matt Firor to get an update. Nice to meet you again.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. And we have followed up on the last year's Morrowind. So tell us.
Wow. Yeah. It's been very busy. So let me see. Where do I start? So 2017 was Morrowind. 2018 was Somerset. 2019 is Elsweyr. So. But we did something different this year with our chapter because we have other updates throughout the year. We have updates every 12 weeks. So this year we decided to make all the updates, all four, tell one big story. So starting with Wrathstone in the first quarter, and then Elsweyr, and that Scalebreaker, and then in the fourth quarter Dragonhold. We tell one story about the dragon invasion of Elsweyr. So it's a really good idea. It's worked very well because we get to tell one story, the players get to get invested in the characters, and then we have more time to tell the story.
Great.
So how does it time with the complete story of the whole Elder Scrolls Online universe?
Well, the launch version of the game had the story of Moloch Ball, and then we did Orsinium, which was a kind of a separate story, but we had a little teaser at the end of Orsinium, spoiler alert. And that led to Clockwork City, and then to Morrowind, and then Clockwork City. And then we wrapped that up in Somerset, and that's kind of the first version of the story, and then kind of chapter 1.5 of the story. And now with Elsweyr, we're starting to do year stories, so they don't carry over much from one year to the other. Characters do. Like you'll see the familiar faces and characters, but every year will tell us a different story.
So this is now the last bit of the story and that should finish the whole content.
When Dragonhold comes out in November, yes, it'll be the end of the season of the Dragon, and then we'll have a new theme next year, a new story.
Do you already know something about the next?
We're already working on it, and it's really cool, but we're not going to talk about it.
No closer details. Okay, bye.
Not yet.
Okay. How does the DLC theme change the game mechanics like to last year's mechanics? Is there anything new?
Well, in Elsweyr, in June, we added the Necromancer class, so that was the new, the second class we've added to the game since launch. It's really cool. It's cool to play a bad guy every once in a while, or at least slightly evil. The Necromancer's cool because it uses our justice system. In ESO, you can steal and murder, and so when you're a Necromancer, which is against the law in Tamriel, if you go into a city and you cast any Necromancy spells, the guards just attack you. So you have to be very careful, and it just adds a cool role-playing element to the class.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Like changing the sides once in a while.
Yeah.
Is something I already wanted often to do in many games, but it wasn't possible because it wasn't implemented.
Yes.
But now to have really a feature that only is around changing sides once in a while, I think it sounds pretty great. Is there anything special about the Necromancer elsewise, like weapon-wise, or?
Yeah, I mean they have their special abilities. Every ESO class has 3 skill lines that are just for that class. So their Necromancer has a classic direct damage, a group kind of healing and help line, and we made it so it's easier to play, like you can understand what it is, but all the images, all the animations and the art we use is kind of skulls and cool ultimate abilities and summoning skeletons, and so it's just cool. It just looks really cool.
Does the story change if you pick the Necromancer?
No. It's it's your story. Right, so you're the main, the player, so you get to pick what story you
stays
want.
the same.
Yeah.
So what was the reason you decided that you can change sides?
Well, it's not really change sides, it's more you can be a little evil, so it's time to have some fun little cool things in the game that are different than other classes. So, we'll try to do that every year. We'll try to add some cool different things and abilities, but we like the way it came out.
So in your opinion, what is the biggest feature in Elsweyr?
We actually have, so Elsweyr has 3 things that players have been asking about since we launched the game. One is, I want to go to Elsweyr, where the Khajiit, the cat people live, where are the dragons, and I want to play Necromancer. So we did all 3 of those in one chapter, which is great. Just seeing dragons flying around is reminds you so much of Skyrim, and dragons are just cool. So it's all over. It's a great update.
So with the dragons, how did you tie them in? Is there like different dragon classes also, or is it just one enemy and it's always the same dragon?
So it's different dragons, but it's not like Skyrim where it's a massive invasion. It's not.
Okay.
It's not like that. It's you played Skyrim. At the end, no spoilers, but you know why the dragons have disappeared from Tamriel. But not all of them disappeared. There are some in the remote parts of the world. And so when you played the teaser quest in the very first part of the year, you figured out why dragons were in Elsweyr because you helped do it. So that gave us the ability to explain why it was happening.
Yeah.
So it's not a ton of dragons, but it's enough that it's a problem for us.
So like once in a while you encounter one and it's a really hard fight and not like easy to beat them. It's really a battle around death and the like.
Yeah, they spawn well, first of all, the quests have dragons you talk to and enemies that you have to defeat. And then in the just walking around the zone, if you bring up the map, you'll see a dragon flying around on the map, and you look up and it'll land, and then you can go kill it. But it takes a lot of people to take it down. They're very, very powerful.
So like you should team up with your group and then try to attack it all at once.
Your group and maybe 3 or 4 other groups.
Oh.
They're very powerful.
But
it's fun.
It does give pretty good loot then at the end.
Yes, it gives very good loot. And it's fun. It's just fun to fight dragons.
And it's fun like to team up with other teams also.
Yeah,
and
other
try
groups.
to get one big.
Yeah, but when you see a dragon icon on the map and you run over to it, there's going to be a lot of players.
So was this like one of the major parts why you added them in, maybe to tie all the players together, or was it just a side effect?
Well, every zone we do has some kind of group content. There are public dungeons, there are dark anchors in the main game, there were geysers in Somerset, and there are dragons in Elsweyr.
So it's like all the other DLCs have similar stuff and you just want
they have a mechanic that is way too hard for one player or even one group to do. So although Dark Anchors now, players are powerful enough that they can solo them in some cases in the base game. But Dragons you can't. But it gives players the chance to play the game solo, like Quest, but if they see a dragon, they know they're going to see other players and run over and do that and do some content.
Is the possibility that if they play enough new DLCs and farm the dragons often enough, that they also get so overpowered that it just...
Well, you get good loot, so you can use the loot or not.
But can you get like so OP that you just really beat everything?
You can if you want. I mean, you can kill the same world boss over and over again, or do the same dungeon all over. It's a virtual world. You can do what you want. If you want to do that,
if I spend enough time in it, I can be everything. I can be everything.
Yeah, you could be a great crafter. You could be a great warrior. You can run group dungeons and trials. And most people that play that much have many different characters, so they can try out different builds, and they can, so it's not just one character all the time.
So, I know that you are actually planning to release it, I think, is that on different platforms, on different days?
Yeah, well, we announced that we're launching on Stadia, which is the Google streaming platform, and Google is, we're helping them a lot at the show. We're talking about ESO and how it will run on Stadia, so it's cool for us because it's a new platform and it gives players that maybe haven't had the chance to play ESO to come in and play. Streaming is great for a game like ESO because there's no download. ESO is a huge game, it takes a long time to download. There's no download, there's no patching, the game automatically patches itself. Those are cool. It runs on really wide range of hardware like Chromebooks and low-end PCs and Macs, and Stadia runs on tablets and anything, so it's really cool that you can think about playing a game like ESO at home on your TV, with Chromecast, and then you have your tablet and you can just, to walk in and get daily rewards with that, or even on your phone, you can just feed your horse once a day, right? You can do it with many different places.
Are you afraid of side effects going to delays, due to internet problems. I mean, different regions in the world have different quality of internet.
But we have the same problem in ESO because it's our client server model. So,
okay.
But Google's really good at solving technical problems like that. So
that's not something you worry about.
No, I mean, they're launching it. I believe they announced, in Europe and North America first, and so we'll see how it goes. But I'm totally fine with that. I think it'll be good.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank
for
you.
sitting with us.
Always good to talk to you.
Very interesting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.